My name is Cedric Anderson. I am the Secretary Treasurer of Youth M.O.V.E. Georgia. What I hope to gain out this panel is that we provide insight and information to the directors and commissioners and legislators and supporters here today in the process of change and growth.
What I hope to reach out to people through this panel is just to give people hope, and I like to give people techniques and strategies to use during difficult times and let them know that they're not alone. And if you don't have anything in mind to keep yourself sane, in this panel, I hope that you gain things that in order for you to sustain and grow and keep yourself healthy with wellness.
I hope to accomplish from this panel is to provide engagement, education, and empowerment to my peers across Georgia and worldwide.
One hope that I have for this panel is that everyone leaves knowing more about each other and one another.
What I looking forward to learn in this, and basically is let everybody's voice be heard out in this world, and let everybody know that they're not out here alone.
Bring everyone from our sister chapters within Georgia, come together and collaborate on how can we bring awareness and provide support to our communities within Georgia and our fellow peers.
We speak on wellness, and to elaborate more on wellness, I know for my personal experience, when I'm not doing well, I can reach out to my peers, go to therapy. I continue to go do some self-care. The first question is, how do you know when it's time to do something nice for yourself? And what's something nice you do for yourself under self-care?
Usually when my mood is up and down and I'm starting to recognize patterns of sadness or any type of discouragement, I kind of try to measure those feelings and jump right into my technique. So one thing I enjoy to do when I'm starting to feel down, I like to just take a nice walk, clear my mind. I try to practice good habit. I might even say a prayer. I might even read a scripture. And through all those techniques and strategies that I use, I try to end it with something that feels very refreshing. Like I might go out and get myself a nice something to cook for dinner and try to like relax and enjoy my night and take a good nap. And maybe before I go to bed, I may take a good shower.
Whenever I'm feeling like mood-wise, if I'm not feeling good or anything, I'll spend some time with my family, or I'll probably play the game or something just to ease my mind, so I can think of what's all of the bad things that I could be thinking about or anything like that. And when it comes to stuff I would do, like to treat myself, I would eat something that I would like to eat, or I would just go to the store, get me something nice, or just talk on the phone with some friends or something, just to take my attention off of the problem that's in my head or the emotions that I'm feeling.
When I'm feeling overwhelmed about like school or life, when I have to deal on a daily basis, and what I do is I try to take a breather and kind of take a break and try to do some type of artwork with drawing. It kind of soothes me, but also just trying to like eliminate the stressors, and also listen to music. And if I have a peer to call on, I let them know how I'm feeling, and it helps me.
What are things you have set in place when you are experiencing a crisis?
I do have a service dog. He always keep me active and make me going and stuff. So basically, I always stop at my service dog because he dared to do his job.
I start off using my coping skills, which typically for me, it's like a long walk or, playing music, because that calms me down a lot. But like, say for instance, it doesn't work and, that crisis situation has elevated to a point of possibly, surpassing. I have a support team that, I can call on that, they know what to do, like how to react and what I need in a time of crisis.
But it sounds like everybody here on the panel can agree to have a strong support team.
What I like to use is my RAP plan, Wellness Recovery Action Plan.
Yes.
And what I do is I connect myself to my therapist, find someone that I can trust, and try to identify my triggers before it gets to that point. And also being able to use coping skills that I have in place, like I was saying earlier, doing some form of art, using the music, speaking to someone I trust, and knowing that I have the support I need and I'm not alone.
How do you show love to yourself when you're experiencing unexpected difficulties throughout your day? I know for me, if that question was asked for me, I like cupcakes and coffee. And then if I can't get that, I go to the gas station to get me an ice cream. Ice cream makes everything better.
I actually like to treat myself out to eat.
Okay.
I like to get my favorite foods and my favorite juices and a lot of chocolate. Sometimes I know it's not always the healthiest route, but it makes me feel good. And I try to do things that I know is going to make me feel good. Rather the critics or whatever. It makes me feel good. Also, if I'm in the house and I can't go out, like quarantine right now, we can't get our nails done, I like to give myself a little pedicure.
Right.
And I like to light some incense and some candles, get that whole, that sensual vibe going to really get that healing feeling that you need in the air, clear out all that bad energy. And then on a good day, when the wind is blowing, I'll burn some sage and meditate.
I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or I know it's gonna be that day I'm going to be having an attitude because something going on with me. I get up, make me some coffee, and basically play with my service dog and listen to some R&B music. Something will calm me down after I get myself together. And if that don't help, I just take me a walk through my whole neighborhood and back, and I become by then. I think that would help better than me sitting in the house not doing anything about it.
I like to go on Pinterest and look at different quotes and find something that fits me and something that's uplifting. And if I feel like that's not enough, I like to do my hair.
Do you practice those same skills when you're experiencing sadness and anger, or do you have different types of tools or resources that you utilize when you're experiencing sadness or anger?
I have my headphones in. I will sit and I will listen to my music. That's what I would do if I'm sad or upset about something.
If you go too far with being angry or sad, you never know like what's the negative notation that can be carried to it. So I just sit back and just think to myself, like just meditate, even if that means just taking a good nap or so.
Anyone can go through mental health challenges. That is a proven fact. Based on your experience, what advice do you have for others? What advice do you have for other youth who have just been impacted by their mental health challenge?
People that are struggling with mental health first need to recognize what are their challenges. I think they need to recognize their diagnosis, and I think medicine and maybe considering medication management. I think that they should have, meetings in place to check in with their peers. And I think that is really necessary to keep themselves surrounded with people that understand and support themselves.
It's best for you to talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it and you hold it in, when you go to do something, you're going to regret it. So it don't matter what it is, you got going on. It don't matter if you hear voices. It don't matter what's going on, because somebody out there to understand what's going on.
They shouldn't feel ashamed, but feel hopeful to know that there are resources out there for us, and also for people that don't know about the behavioral health challenges that we face. It's a good amount of people in the world that go through these challenges. I believe it's at 1 out of 5 people, so it's very common.
You have those times where you feel like, giving up, or you just might not know which way to go and who's there. But like, the best thing to do is reach out for that support. And that's one major stone that Youth M.O.V.E. can help out with, because, us being a nice collaborative group of young adults, like, we work with one another and within our communities, so we share that lived experience that can help someone else out.
What is one thing you want your legislators to know about youth and mental health today?
It's a lot of, adults that would, they support, and also the ones that also try to decide, make decisions upon, us, but we have voices as well as to what we would like to see and how we would like that support handed out.
And sit at the table. For when decisions are being made about us, we should be there. I totally understand, Mr. Chair. I totally understand.
I want my legislators to know that youth and young adults like myself believe that education and employment is important. I am a college student that attends Georgia Piedmont Technical College, and I just got accepted to Georgia State Perimeter College to pursue social work. So my advocacy work just doesn't stop at Youth M.O.V.E., but it's further on. And I feel like we are a person before our diagnosis, and our voice needs to be heard.
It don't matter how young you are or how old you are. Somebody always will have some kind of mental problem in life. And basically, I want to know that speak up now, because if you wait for a long period of time, you wish that you said something before it got out of hand. And it basically say something now before it be too late, basically.
So, yes, I agree. It's best to speak now. Let the voices be heard now, so the problem don't come later. Let's take on the problem and challenges now together.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. I do agree with you on that. It's not just the day to address mental health. Today is the day to take action. Today is the day to really look at youth, and not as a number, but as a person that could be next in line to take on the next challenge, to be the next leaders. I just want to thank you all for taking the time out and coming and be a part of something bigger than ourselves. Until next time, hopefully this pandemic is over with and we can meet in person.
I know.
I would like to end it on this. There are resources, there is support. You're not out here by yourself. You're not alone. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself.